Hello, everybody. It's me, Grin, and I'm here with
Coco.
that guy.
You can tell he's all excited.
Yeah, super excited. Today, we're going to tell you about three specific genres. Three genres Coco picked out. So, Coco, do you want to go ahead and inform our dear, beloved, ravenous, lovely fan base of the three genres you picked and what are? English?
Did you forget?
My brain just kind of melted at the end of that.
Oh my god. do you need a hug?
I might need a drink is what I might need.
Do we have to pause so you can go get yourself a drink?
Maybe. Okay, that's better. We got a drink now.
You got a drink?
I got a drink. You got a drink. We got a drink.
Everybody gets a drink. Who doesn't like a good apple cider with some Fireball? Actually, that's pretty good.
Goes down warm. So as I was saying, we have three genres today that our dear friend Coco has picked out. We will be describing our most favorite of that genre, most favorite movie of that genre, and our least favorite movie of that genre. And like I said, Coco has done us the honors of picking three great genres. Do you want to let our fans know what they are?
Are they great genres to you? I can choose all day. No. No, because he doesn't like movies. No, just kidding.
I hate movies.
No, he doesn't. Don't listen to him. He's being a grumpy pants right now. Just drink your drink.
I hate movies.
Just drink your drink, okay?
Hey.
Drink your drink and enjoy. Because we're going to have to watch scary movies at some point.
Are we?
Yes, it is Halloween.
Oh, so you randomly mentioned scary movies. Does that mean scary movies is on the list?
It is the month, is it not?
Oh yeah, but I mean.
So the three lovely genres we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about family. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that does mean Disney movies. So family, any and all family movies. We're going to be talking about crime. And most importantly, horror. Scary movies. It is that time of the month. Sorry, let me rephrase that.
It's the time of
It is that time of the year, is what I meant to say. It is that time of the year.
We're going to period out our horror movies.
It's my favorite time of the year. I love Halloween.
I like fall.
I like fall, but I love October.
Just because the summer is just so much.
Yeah, no kidding, especially where we're at.
The sun was so ridiculous.
And imagine what winter's going to be like. Apparently, it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, we're going to start getting like desert kind of stuff where things are going to start freezing, I think. And then we're going to start keep getting more extreme summer and more extreme winter. And it's going to keep flip-flopping.
And before we know it, the world's just going to end, Fuck it. So, to start us off with, what about you, dear old Grin? As your name implies, be happy, just smile.
I'm always happy. I'm always smiling. You can hear it through the mic, right? You guys can hear it?
Hear it?
Here's
maybe.
me frowning, and then here's me smiling. You can hear the difference, right?
You can just imagine it. Yeah.
You could definitely hear it.
So, with family movies, which is your favorite?
Well, it took me almost 3 seconds to think of my favorite.
Shut up.
I watch a lot of family movies. If anything, that's probably the most thing I watch out of these goddamn fucking genres. My favorite family movie has to be Ratatouille. Hands down. My go-to, my Ratatouille. I don't know, it's just something about it. Like I said, it's kind of nostalgic for me now. The, what is it? It's like an accordion, I guess you could say, in the music. Not to mention the colors. I feel like they're very vibrant. As well as the story, creativity and art and creativity can come from anyone. You just have to be brave enough to pursue it, right?
True.
And that's what I feel like, it's a very great message. It also has a message on the side of a reviewer where anybody can review anything. but only the fearless can create, or something like that.
Okay.
Great movie.
But why does it, so is it just, are those the only reasons why you like it? Is there like a part of your life when you did watch it?
I feel like that was a lot of reasons. I like the music, the setting, the fucking colors, and the message. That's a lot of reasons.
That's just a lot of reasons. Okay. That's the only reason why it holds a special place in your heart, because of all that. I wasn't sure, like, how old were you when you watched it for the first time?
I'm not sure, but I definitely remember watching it in theaters.
Oh, wow.
And I remember ruining the ending by being like, oh, okay, he's gonna surprise the spoilers for Ratatouille in case you haven't seen it. At the end, have you seen it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, so at the end, he like he's gonna cook a little dish for the critic, and the critic is just like, oh, surprise me. And I like turned to my friend and I was like, he took a big fat shit in that fucking ice cream, dude. He took a rat shit in there. He surprised him with that fucking. So now every time I think about that ending, I think about him taking a big dump in like some ice cream or something.
Oh my god, those are chocolate chips.
Yeah, little chip flavors, little Hershey Kisses.
Those are Hershey Kisses. It's a new ice cream flavor.
This creative chef made a new ice cream flavor just for you.
It's cookies and cream.
And that was my favorite movie. Definitely. It's probably more than just, my favorite family movie. It's definitely my favorite Disney movie too.
Gotcha.
But enough about my Friday nights. What about you? What's your favorite family movie?
Oh, well, let me just pull from my fat list. Let's see here. Shut up.
Narrow it down? Did you have to do like a tournament style?
I just like the same thing when I try to decide, when the wife and I try to decide what we want to eat, because we happen to go back and forth all the time. What do you want? I don't care. What do you want? Well, I don't care either. What do you want? I know there was one point where we played, but I put on Smash Brothers on the Switch.
Oh, wow.
And I maxed out all the characters. Like, how many characters you have battle against each other's CPUs? It's like 8.
Okay, I think I know where this is going, but I thought it was going somewhere different.
Oh my god, where do you think it was going?
So, I think you're going to say you named each one of them like one of the options, right? And then you let them fight it out?
Yes.
I thought you did a tournament where you had like 120 different robots fighting against each other.
Oh my god.
But you just did the Smash, right? So it was like eight robots. Okay.
Pretty much. Like, all right, let's see who wins. And then whoever wins, okay, that's where we're going to go.
Well, that's a pretty interesting, I mean, that just seems like a really creative, interesting way of figuring out where to go. Is that what you did for your family movie?
That's what I was going to joke about. Like, I did the same thing. It took a while. It took like about 5 minutes, but
That's why I was sitting there. You were waiting for the bots to finish.
No. Of course, you know me. As usual, as always, it's hard for me to choose because it's really hard to just narrow it down to one favorite whatever. Because I love watching movies. I love watching TV shows, all that. You know this already. But seeing that I have to, and you're twisting my arm, as of now, my favorite family movie is Beauty and the Beast, the original. The
remake.
No. We're not talking about that live action crap. We're talking about the animated movie, the one that came out. That is my favorite one.
It's pretty good.
It is.
It was like groundbreaking, right? I think I got nominated for something too, didn't it?
I don't remember actually. I would have to take a look back. And it's funny that we're talking about this because I know in one of our other episodes we did bring this up about what family Disney movie. It was specifically Disney that we talked about. It wasn't so much it being family, because with family movies, that could be any like live action family movies. It doesn't have to necessarily be Disney. You know what I mean? So, but regardless, Disney being part of a family genre, I would definitely say Beauty and the Beast regardless. That's just me.
Tale as old as time. What else happens in that movie? There was like Gaston guy, and he does something with the eggs. He can eat like 3 eggs or something. Eat
them raw or some crap like that. Yeah.
It's something. It was something more creative than I can eat 3 eggs raw. It was like part of the song, and he like eats a fuck ton of eggs or something. I don't know. I'm sure the Disney stands know.
Yeah, for all we know, we are entirely wrong. But I'm gonna have to rewatch the movie again. But it is still one of my favorite family movies, I would have to say. I mean, there are a lot that I love watching, especially with Disney, because I know, like I mentioned before, when we talked about this on one of the other episodes, you gave me that stupid scenario of like, close your eyes. All right. Harambe is about to attack you or holding you or whatever. Yeah. I forgot what you said with this.
He's gripping both of your ankles and holding you upside down.
You got to choose. What is it?
You close your eyes and you can only think of the last fucking Disney movie. What's the last one to run through your fucking mind?
The last one that comes to my mind. Oh God, what is the last one that I watched actually? Now thinking about it. I want to say it was Encanto.
Oh, wow.
It was good. I liked it.
We don't talk about Bruno. Yeah, I like the music. It was pretty...
Yeah, the music was good. I liked it. A lot of people say they prefer Encanto over Coco, but I'm the opposite. I prefer Coco over Encanto.
I like Coco. Coco was good.
Yes, absolutely.
But I think Encanto is better. I like the story in Coco better, though.
Wait a minute. You like Encanto better, but you like the story of Coco. So what about the story of Encanto then?
The story of Encanto is okay. But I like the music, I like the atmosphere, and I like the colors of Encanto a little bit better.
Okay.
Plus, Miguel had that fucking weak-ass Greedo, bro. I don't know. He was like, I. You know, it wasn't, no.
Oh, God. There it is. It finally came out.
Maybe a little. We might have to... I had to move away from my mic so I didn't peek it, but...
Rip headphone users.
But, yeah, so that was your favorite one. How about you start us with your most hated family movie now?
Any and all live action Disney films, period.
Oh, shit.
My God, Disney is fucking it up.
You're saying all of them?
All of them. Well, I'll take that back. I haven't seen a single live action adaptation of our beloved movies that we grew up with. That includes Beauty and the Beast. Now, although, and I could be wrong.
So you're talking about the remakes then? Because Disney Channel made a lot of original movies that were live action. Do you remember Smart House? Do you remember High School Musical?
Well, I'm not talking about those. You were talking about Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Aladdin, Mulan, all those. And they're still continuing.
Yeah, now that you clarified the remakes.
You know what I'm talking about. It's so bad. I refuse to watch those films. Refuse. And if I have kids, if I ever have kids, I will never let them watch that. Be like, here, watch the ones I grew up on. Watch these. These are the best ones. The only good ones.
You don't like 101 Dalmatians?
What do you mean? Like the live adaptation?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Mm-mm. Actually, now thinking about it when you say it like that, I feel like I did watch that one.
Yeah, it was like in the 90s or something.
Yeah. I didn't like it.
I remember liking it. I think I had a VHS of it.
Nope, the animated movie only.
Wasn't the dog's name Pogo?
I think it might have been Pogo or something like that. I think.
I thought it was Pongu for a little bit right now.
Pongo?
Pongu. And Pongu means fart in Korean.
Jesus.
So your answer for your least favorite family movie is any live action remake that Disney made?
Correct.
Including 101 Dalmatians?
Correct. Not a single one. All of them. The animated versions are 10 times better. I saw a video recently, and I can't remember if it was on Facebook or TikTok, and they were talking about it. I haven't researched it because I don't care about it. But if it is true, this is going to be horrible. As always, they're just on a downward slope. It's just getting worse and worse. They're doing a live adaptation of Bambi.
Is that real?
Yes. And one of the key elements of the damn movie that they're going to take out
is that Bambi's mom lives.
Exactly.
They should have shown her like they should have shown her like right in front of the camera and like the hunter from her behind just like blowing her brains all over the fucking really traumatize the children.
But yes, they're gonna take that out, and I can imagine they're gonna take out so much. They're just fucking it up.
Are they gonna do it like The Lion King?
Quite possibly. It's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
They're doing a live adaptation of Moana, and The Rock is actually gonna be in it too. So
a 7-year-old fucking movie.
Nothing against him, but a live adaptation of that film, yeah, no, just stop. Just stop. Stick to the animated movies and keep it that way. That's their only saving grace. Just stay away from the live action. Just like they tried to do with Cinderella, and fucking what's her nuts ruined it. Because
Cinderella.
Yeah, you forgot. I forgot
Snow
that.
White?
Was it Cinderella? Oh yeah, Snow White. My bad. You're right. Snow White. I forgot that actress's name.
Yeah, Werner Ziegler. Something Ziegler.
Yeah, that chick. Whatever.
Well, my least favorite movie. Instead of just saying a whole bunch, I actually picked one. It's also Disney, believe it or not. Or maybe it's because I couldn't really think of one at the moment, and this was the one that just popped into my head. But I hate the aristocrats. The Aristocats.
You take that back. No way. Why?
Yeah, dude, I hate that movie. There's just something about it. Like, what? Okay, can you, since you seem like you're a real advocate of it, can you give me the plot of what happens in the movie? If not, I could tell you what happens.
Dude, it's been so long since I've seen it, but I remember loving it as a kid, though, man. I love the songs. It was colorful, too, but yeah, I don't remember the plot of it, honestly.
Yeah, it's some horny cat. She has a bunch of kittens, and she goes around with other cats and, like, just fucks around, and that's it. The movie ends. Oh, and some butler wants the money, but he gives the money. They get the money to the cats. But it's mostly about this whore cat fucking around. And there's like this one part where they're like singing the song and the lights, I guess it's the part that you like too. The lights are going her crazy and she's like fucking dancing for them all slutty and she has the kids there too. It's like weird.
All slutty?
It's weird. Like she's trying to seduce the cat and like they're all like around him. They're like all these alley cats and the kids are just there. And they're like, oh kids, why don't you go play on the piano for a bit? And the kid plays it, and then like the really fucking racist cat comes up, and he's like, "Oh, you be Chinese and eat fortune cookie," something like that, dude. It's really fucking racist. Hong Kong something. Oh, let me get you the lyrics. I'll sing them for you right now.
Oh no, please no.
He goes, Shanghai, Hong Kong, egg foo young, fortune cookie always wrong.
Oh, him. I remember that cat now. Yeah, I can see it now.
Man, I don't, and they reused animations from Robin Hood in that movie, The Aristocats.
No way. Really?
Apparently they did, yeah. It was real scummy. I just not a fan of that movie. Fuck that movie. I owned it on VHS too. It was one of the ones I had. But no, I don't even remember any of the cat's name other than Tom. I think that was his name, right? The orange cat was the Tom cat or something?
I think so.
But yeah, that goes in the trash can for me. What a fucking shit show.
I was just thinking about there was one of our episodes that we talked about and you couldn't remember something about the cat and the dog and they were singing. Was it Oliver and Company?
Yeah.
Ah. I like that movie too.
He's got like, I remember there's like some scene with some sausage or something. Do you remember that weird? We're sidetracking. We gotta keep going.
No. Go ahead.
I was just gonna talk about some other cartoon that was on Nickelodeon, but I'm pretty sure you don't remember. It was with this kid who's a bully, and like he's always bullying this one fucking kid or something like that. And then some weird like old man comes out of nowhere and like curses him, and he has to do like 100 good deeds. It's like called, I think it's Eddie McDowell is his name. Eddie McDowell's 100 good deeds. He has to do like a whole bunch of good deeds to become a kid again.
Huh, I don't remember that.
It's really out of nowhere. I didn't even want to mention it. Anyway, we're talking about horror now.
Oh, no, crime. We'll save horror for last. Let's talk about crime.
We can do crime then.
What is your favorite? No, go ahead.
I can go first. I can tell you. So for crime, I had to sit back and really think once again, what genre defines crime, you know? Genre, I feel, is a very loose kind of thing. Things kind of blend into each other. So I was really in between two for my favorite.
You have more than one?
Yeah, so
shocker.
They're not, I feel like they're not going to be kind of movies you were thinking. But I have The Wolf of Wall Street, and I have The Dark Knight.
Oh my God. Most definitely not. Dark Knight is a superhero film.
But it involves crime.
It does involve crime.
Wolf of Wall Street, they're not really doing, crimes, but it is criminal what they're doing. I mean, I guess it is a little bit of crime.
Yeah, it is a little bit of crime, so I can kind of give you that one. The Dark Knight, no. I can't.
In that case, I'm going with Dark Knight.
That's
my favorite crime movie.
Not even a crime. Doesn't count. Onion.
I remember watching it as a kid. I never really fucking cared about superheroes. At all. But that was the movie that put any superhero on my map. So yeah, going with Dark Knight. Heath Ledger, amazing, right?
We'll just ignore that, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a superhero film. It does have crime in it, but not quite.
I did a Google search of the top 50 crime movies.
Fuck. You believe everything on Google?
And I had an editorial by one of these people from, I think it was IMDb, and The Dark Knight was located on the top 50 crime movies. So
Stupid.
there is my read it and weep.
No, read nothing.
What is your favorite crime movie? Coco.
Oh, again, as usual, let me pull on my laundry list. Excuse me. Well, let me just start off with the first movie. No. There are a lot of good crime films. There really are. But the one that really sticks out to me, and it makes it very hard to put a number one for me. Again, you know why. But I'll have to go with 7.
7? What is 7? I'm confusing it with 9. The 9's the one with the puppets.
Huh? Yeah.
But what is 7?
This one has Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. They're detectives. And there's an unusual string of murders. But the guy who's actually doing it is picking his victims based off the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, so that's why it's called 7.
Yeah, gluttony, sloth, and all, and he's killing them based off of that. So they're trying to figure out who is his killer, and he's using the 7 deadly sins as like a motive, or inspiration.
That's his calling card.
Pretty much, and he's staging all these gruesome crime scenes that they come across. It's a really good film, and it came out in '95. But yeah, Brad Pitt is in it, Morgan Freeman's in it, and it's just a great movie. It really is. And it was really hard because when you think of crime, to a lot of people, the first few, maybe these next 3 or 4 movies I'll mention will basically be in everybody's mind, though, if you really think about it. Scarface. Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, that is a crime movie.
Godfather.
The Godfather, yeah.
Yeah, see? Heat. American History X, Leon the Professional. Really good films.
That's what I thought you were looking for, which is why I put The Dark Knight on my favorite, just to be pedantic.
No, you're being fucking petty. That's what it is.
But yeah, 7 seems interesting.
It's a really good film. If you haven't seen it, you definitely have to, though. It's a really good film.
Mm-hmm. You said Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt?
Yep.
I haven't seen a lot of Brad Pitt lately. Is he still doing things?
The last one he did was that one about the train. It came out recently.
Train to Busan.
No, well, you would think, yeah.
Polar Express.
Oh God, no.
Those are the only 2 train movies.
No. Bullet Train came out in 22.
22. Wow. What was it about? Was it like Speed?
No, it's a really good film. I'd definitely recommend that one. There's a lot of like movies that Brad Pitt is in. It's like, okay, what movie is he in that is not good? And if the film is bad, I doubt it has anything to do with Brad Pitt. He's just overall a really good actor. That's just my opinion. For crime, if you haven't seen Seven, you definitely have to sit down and watch it. It's really good. And I know I can recommend that, but I know you probably won't. But
what about your most hated one? Let's see if I've seen that one. What's your most hated crime?
You probably didn't, so.
Oh, it's an obscure one, fellas.
It's not really obscure. I personally never seen it, but even after watching...
Oh, you never seen it?
No, I've never seen it, and I never wanted to, because when I saw the trailer, I'm like, what the hell is this? It's a fucking ripoff. And that movie is Tower Heist. It has a good cast in it. Don't get me wrong. It has Ben Stiller. It has Eddie Murphy. But if you watch the trailer, and I believe even if you read what the storyline is, it's almost identical. And not quite identical, but it's almost identical to like Ocean's 11.
Huh. So it's like a heist movie, I guess?
It is.
Huh.
This is already a fucking thing. It's called Ocean's 11. What's different about this? Different actors, actresses, okay. Storyline is somewhat a little different, but it's still a fucking heist. Come on, writers. I know y'all can do better.
Is there any famous actor or actresses in it?
Well, I just named some of them. Like I said, you got Eddie Murphy, you got Ben Stiller, Casey Affleck, Matthew Broderick is in it.
Huh. Was it supposed to be a ripoff?
I don't know if it's supposed to be making fun of Ocean's 11 or other heist type movies. Now thinking about it, I think there might have been another heist movie that was created that was mocking those type of films, maybe. And I could be wrong, but yeah, it was just so bad. But and it's crazy. It got pretty good ratings for that movie, and I'm like, how? Why?
Why? You hated it that much?
Because at that time this came out
just because it was like such a huge ripoff. It was like blatant.
What?
All right. What is it called again? Tower Heist.
Tower Heist. Mm-hmm.
Okay, with Eddie Murphy, and he's the main one.
No, Ben Stiller's the main one.
Huh? And you say, "Fuck it, just watch Ocean's 11."
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, come on, that's even better. That has Brad Pitt in it, damn it.
For me, I was indecisive once again. Couldn't really stick one out there. But once again, I took the genre that is crime and tried to really boil it down as to what could be considered a crime movie. So I went ahead and threw up a couple of interesting movies up there. I had Paul Blart up there.
Oh,
Paul
what?
Blart Mall Cop. Because, he's thwarting that crime that's going on over there. It's a crime movie. I was almost going to put Taken, but I really like that first one. Everything else was, why do they keep taking his daughter, I also had Need for Speed on there. You know how much I don't like Need for Speed. But, ultimately, I had to go with one that, it's centered around a crime. People trying to take shit from somebody. And ultimately, I put Home Alone 3.
What?
Home Alone 3, the crime movie.
Oh my god, here we go
they
again.
had like those
That's
three
a family
Russians
movie.
Trying to fucking steal that fucking car from this. I don't know who that kid was. That wasn't no Kevin, whoever the fuck. Kevin McAllister. But yeah, Home Alone 3, definitely not a fan. I still can't believe they're making Home Alones. This one should have been the noting point where it's like, hey, maybe we should stop. But nah, just because it was I felt like it was the real tipping point. 2 was serviceable. It was definitely just a repeat of 1, but you could have fun with just another fucking sequel. But 3, no, that's where it was not. No.
You were really stretching it there for the
definitely
crime.
A crime movie.
No. family. So you have a superhero movie for your crime and a family movie for your crime.
Home invasion, stealing, assault. There's 3 crimes right off the top of my head.
Oh my God. It is part of it, but it is not mainly part of what it's really all about.
Well, I knew you'd be like this, so I did a little Google search.
Oh my God. Here we go again with the fucking Google search.
Editorial on IMDb that's
Fuck those editorials.
Home Alone 3 is considered a crime movie. But you know what? Nobody cares about fucking crime movies. Nobody cares about fucking family movies. They want the fucking meat. They're tired of the sizzle. They want the main course, Coco.
And what is the main course?
People are clamoring. They want to know. What is Coco's favorite and least favorite horror movies?
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
Ooh. The diamonds over here.
Actually, you know what? I'm curious about you, not me. Because you know me. I'm curious on what horror movie you like. If you've seen, well, you know what? I take that back. Never mind. You did mention you had you had a fat list yourself. Now thinking about it, you had the fattest of lists of horror movies you watched. What was it, last year or 2 years ago? I forgot.
It was last year.
It was last year, but you got bored, so.
Yeah. And the power went out.
Yeah.
And it was raining, so I went to go play in the rain.
Yeah. So, out of the ones you have seen, which one was your favorite?
Well, if you recall from our last podcast, there was a certain movie I mentioned that was definitely my favorite in that genre, which also happens to be a horror genre. My favorite horror movie is The Shining. What a perfect atmosphere. What a perfect soundtrack. The big booming fucking bullshit that just like gets you in the fucking mood. Gets you randy, you know? The way that the landscape distorts. The way that fucking Stanley Kubrick was being a dickhead to the actress for like ever, and like clumps of her hair were like falling out from fucking stress. Everything went into that movie. I feel like that fucking scene where what's his nuts? The psycho dude. I forget his name. Jack Nicholson. Yeah. When he's like sitting out in the snow. Apparently that was all salt. Can you imagine just being all covered in salt like that?
That's crazy.
It's probably really dried out after that. But it's just everything about it. It's unfortunate that Stephen King didn't like it, and you know Stephen King did his own little mini series with it and The Shining, and I feel like he did something with the Langoliers too, but nobody.
Oh my God! I can't believe you brought that name up. What do you know about the Langoliers? Holy crap!
Nobody gives a shit about those fucking nutsacks, bro.
I remember seeing that.
But yeah, hands down, I gotta say, and it's crazy because I remember the first time I watched The Shining, I was like, "This is stupid. I don't know why anybody gives a fuck about this movie." But the second time I watched it, it was like, it all makes sense.
And it's a funny thing too, because how was your list again? Tell it one more time. How did you decide what movies to watch? Did you want to watch it in chronological order, like by year, or how? Year.
I started off by year, and it was just random scary movies I'd heard in my life and wanted to watch. So I think it was like The Exorcist was the oldest one, maybe, and I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then it just kept going down.
Did you just say The Blair Witch was the oldest?
No, I said The Exorcist.
Exorcist, that's right. Was it The Exorcist? I feel like it was. Oh no, you actually might be right.
It's either Chainsaw Massacre or The Exorcist.
I was gonna say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought was the oldest. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, it's one or the other. But I got to. Oh man, what is it? It's the one where he finds like the snuff films in the attic.
Oh God, Sinister.
Sinister. Yes. Sinister. I think that's 2014. Or actually, I got to Hereditary. I finished Hereditary, which is also 2014.
Wait a minute. So you got to Sinister, But now realizing this, how is it that you did not put The Grudge in
The
your
Grudge
list?
is on there. But the thing was, my whole life I heard that The Grudge was the scariest fucking movie in the entire world.
Oh my god.
So I wanted to leave that last just because of how much it would scare me, you know? So I just had it there as last. And, you know, the power. Well, I guess nobody else knows. But I was watching a horror movie, like, playlist for Halloween. And I was going all day, all night. And then it was like 10 p.m. at night. And then it started storming really bad. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. The power ended up going out. And, like, it was so perfect because it was so scary. I was like, this is like the best Halloween ever. And I went outside and I played in the rain and I texted everybody about it. And everybody was like, what the fuck is wrong with this freak? But yeah, so The Shining. That's my favorite. What about Coco? Wait, should I go ahead and say the one that I hate the most too? And then you can go all out?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Just say which one you don't like.
So I know there's a lot of crappy like B-list horror movies out there, and it was taking everything for me not to put Insidious on there because I hate Insidious. I don't know why everybody's so freaked out about it. It has the fucking Darth Maul. It has the worst jump scare ever. It has the fucking stupid ghost dancing. They killed. Oh man, they tried ruining Tiny Tim, my boy Tiny Tim, who doesn't need any more bullying. And now you guys are fucking trying to make it as a scary fucking movie.
Fuck him.
Tiptoe Through the Tulips. That was in SpongeBob. That was on the first episode of SpongeBob.
Stupid music.
It's not scary. But I refrained. Instead, I put The Ruins. Have you ever heard of The Ruins?
Wow. I've seen The Ruins. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
This was one of the first scary movies I ever really watched.
And what did you think about it?
It was garbage.
Thank you.
This was definitely one of the worst horror movies I've ever watched. I remember watching it with a group of teenagers. We had brought some like chicks over to be like, it's scary. Hang on a minute. But it was so bad and so boring. We talked through all of it. We made jokes through all of it. We genuinely ruined the experience for people around us. But then again, there was only like 3 people in the theater with us.
You saw it in the theater. Holy crap.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. There was a scene where this Mayan guy wearing modern day clothing rides up on a horse and is telling like the fucking white tourists, don't go to the fucking ruins. It's bad in there. And they're all kind of like looking at him like, oh, look at this dumbass. Way to go, nerd. And they're like flicking his nose and shit. And that guy looked exactly like our Spanish teacher. Who just so happened to look exactly like my ex's uncle.
Oh my
so it made
god.
the whole viewing experience super weird. I was like, there's my ex's uncle up on the fucking movie. Everybody thought the same thing too. They're like, holy shit, look, Grin, look. Fuck The Ruins. It was stupid. That one stupid joke where they shoot the thing at the guy wearing the t-shirt who has a bullseye on it and it kind of slightly misses the bullseye. You're so stupid. I hate you, The Ruins. Fuck you.
God damn.
All right. Now it's what everybody's been waiting for. It's what all the fans clicked on for. What is Coco's?
The most anticipated time of this video.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I will start off with which horror movie I do not like before I move on to the one that I do like. And it's kind of hard for me to decide which. I've seen a lot of bad horror movies, trust me. As much as I love watching scary movies, there's been mostly bad scary movies. But the one that really sticks out the most is An American Werewolf in Paris.
It just sounds stupid.
The graphics were so awful. The acting was horrendous. I am sorry, but it was so bad. I mean, it's still part of the, I wouldn't really call it a franchise because there's only been 2 fucking films to my knowledge. It tried to surpass its predecessor and try to be better, but failed oh so bad. In fact, I believe Rotten Tomatoes only gave it a 7%.
Oh, wow.
The cheesy special effects, the acting, everything about it was just so bad. But it's a cult classic, though.
Why did he go to Paris? What did he go to Paris for? Do you remember the reason?
Well, it was a guy and 2 of his friends that wanted to go to Paris to bungee jump off of the Eiffel Tower. But yeah, it's just the storyline it's laughable, but not as bad as the acting. Oh God, and the special effects was so bad. I don't know what it is about that movie that I like, but I liked it. It's very cheesy.
Is it pretty campy? Like watching a 50s cartoon or something?
Kind of. Of course, I'm not too familiar with the word campy, but you know.
Oh shit. Is the first one An American Wolf in London?
An American Werewolf in London. That movie is fucking iconic. One of my favorite. And if I have to go by like monsters or whatnot, when it comes to like the best werewolf movie, absolutely. An American Werewolf in London, #1. Best fucking werewolf movie. Fight me. I don't care who you are out there. That is the best werewolf movie. And then when I saw the trailer for An American Werewolf in Paris around the time, this came out in 97. And I think I saw An American Werewolf in London, I think a year, maybe that same year before that movie came out, I want to say. So when I saw the trailer come out, I'm like, wow, this is going to be great. And I went to go see it in the theater with my dad. I was scared, of course. I was only a kid. I was like, maybe 9, 10. But watching it later as an adult, I'm sitting here, getting giddy, like, oh man, I liked this movie as a kid, I thought it was pretty scary. I question why I watched it as a kid. Back then, of course, I was scared. It was scary, yeah. But yeah, now watching it and realizing what I watched, I'm like,
Apparently, the one in London came out in 81? Yeah, 81.
Right. 81. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you said the one in London looked way better?
Oh, the werewolf itself in London, it was animatronic? Oh, fuck yeah, it was scary as fuck. Still creepy.
It was better than the one in Paris that came out later?
Well, the one in Paris is all fucking CGI, fucking cheesy, so bad. Cheesy special effects.
Gotcha. They went from practical effects to CGI?
Pretty much. And this was CGI back in the 90s.
So you know.
Yeah. It was so bad.
Reboot looking ass werewolf or something.
The idea was great, I imagine, but when you watch their acting, though, it's so bad. I kind of want to watch it now. It's just so awful. It's just like a cult classic, one of many cult classics out there. As bad as a horror movie as it is, it's like you just put it on. It's like But now, my favorite, so favorite horror movie is Scream.
Godmother?
Fairy Godmother.
I said the Scary Godmother.
Scary Godmother. Are you just making shit up, or is that really a movie?
That's real.
No way. You're a liar.
The Scary Godmother? I think that one was also made by a dentist.
Oh my God. Why? That just looks awful.
It's a really comfy movie. I'll defend it.
Oh, it looks so awful.
It looks real bad, but it's comfy as fuck.
I question your taste sometimes. You worry me.
Oh, it was a book beforehand. Wow.
Yeah, I see that. That's just oh God.
Oh man.
Anyways, Scream originally came out in 96. In fact, there's a total of 6 films, I want to say.
There's a lot.
There's 6 films, and hopefully they are done. Because I do remember when the second and third movie came out, I figured after the third movie, there's not going to be any more movies, because we're talking about between Scream and Scream 2. Scream came out on December 20th, 1996. Scream 2 came out December 12th 1997, a year after the original. So you see a theme. You would think, okay, so if they make another movie or 2 or 3 other films, it's all going to come out around the same time. You would think, right? December. That kind of looks like that would be the theme. No. Between Scream 2 and Scream 3, there was a 2.5-year difference. Scream 3 didn't come out until February the 4th of 2000. And we thought, okay, this is it. It kind of ended very weak, in my opinion. Still, and I could be using this term very loosely, it being a cult classic, because I feel like it is. But then, 11 years later, April 15th, 2011, Scream 4 came out. 11 years. So when I saw the trailer for Scream 4 coming out, I'm thinking, man, this is great. Yeah, it wasn't that good. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, like hopefully that closes it. That'll be the end, but it wasn't. Then 10.5 years later, January the 14th. January 14th, 2022, Scream 5 came out. So when I saw that trailer, my eyes were rolling so hard into the back of my skull. I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's see how bad this movie is. Do you remember the horse drawing meme?
Where it's like half drawn and then the other half is like all fucked?
Yeah.
Was that the Scream movie?
Scream 5, that's how exactly it was. Up until the climax, or I wouldn't say so much the climax, I guess when it gets to the part where the killers reveal themselves and explain why they're doing what they're doing, I guess that would be considered as the climax, I assume. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But if that is considered as that, up until that moment, Scream 5, most of that portion of that movie was phenomenal. The killings were gruesome. The story itself was so good. I was invested into the movie when I was watching it. And I remember buying it on Amazon Prime, I want to say. It might have been Prime. Yeah. I was like, man, this movie is fucking great. But then it got to the part where the killers revealed themselves, and I was kind of like, oh, I kind of figured. One of them, most definitely. The other one, I was like, I'm not going to sit here and say I knew, but no. But then they mentioned why they did what they did. And it just went to shit after that. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Seriously? Like, you had such a great movie, and then you fucking shit on it. And I was so disappointed by the 5th one. When I saw that they made the 6th movie, I was just like, I don't know. Because the last movie that came out was March 10th of this year. And I haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it to this day. I'm not sure if it's streaming, and if it is, I don't know. I may watch it. So I figured if it is whatever it's streaming on, I may or may not get it. I may watch it and just to see.
Is it streaming? Did it go to theaters?
It did go to theaters. It'd be kind of weird if it went straight to Blu-ray or whatever to stream. Well, we'll see. Eventually, I will watch it because I am a huge fan of the franchise.
Get ready for a review of it.
Quite possibly. But what I was gonna say earlier, what made Scream special to me, kind of, I guess you could say it was special because of what had happened after it had come out. It was myself, my mom, one of her friends, and her friend's son. All 4 of us. And keep in mind, we were like 10 years old or something like that. And we went to go watch it at her friend's house. And I remember we were in the very back room of the house where we saw it. And I forgot whose room it was. It was kind of a really odd house, the way it was built. Because when you come through the front door, you're automatically in the living room. Well, kind of. You're in the living room, but immediately to your right is a bathroom and a bedroom as well, like right next to the front door. So then you go past the living room, you go into a kitchen, and then there's like a little doorway which leads into this creepy long ass hallway. So to the left is the back door to the backyard, but then you look to the right, you go down this hallway and it leads to the last bedroom, which is where we were. So we finished watching the film, and I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. And then I remember my mom and her friends started talking about like, oh wow, did you hear? Yeah, rumors and all this, there's gonna be a second one. And I'm sitting there, hands clenched to my chest and just scared, like, oh my god, there's gonna be a second movie of this. Like, this movie was scary as it was. And we started leaving. We go down this long hallway, and it's real late at night, just to add to the atmosphere, right? As we turn the corner to go into the kitchen, I remember being behind them, and they stopped dead in their tracks. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, what the hell? Why they stopped? And I kind of peeked in between both of them. I could see that the front door was wide open.
Oh shit.
And her friend thought that her brother was at home, so she called out his name, and there was no response. Oh, I remember being so fucking scared. I felt my heart drop. I'm like, oh my god, it's Ghostface.
He's here.
So we just book it. Now that's the craziest thing, right? You would think, okay, from where we were standing, you could see into that bedroom that was right next to the front door, and it was pitch black in there. That door was wide open as well. So you would think, okay, maybe it might be the best thing to go out the back door, maybe, because it's a lot closer to us. But we decided for some stupid reason to run out the front door. Like, man, had there been somebody in that fucking room, they could have easily come out and attack us as we're trying to jet out the front door. But we made it.
Oh,
we run past out the front door. Door's already wide open, right? And we run to the car. We get in the car. My mom's panicking. I'm freaking out. And I'm like, I have no clue what the hell is happening. She turns the car on, and we're about to leave, and she's on their cell phone. They're on their cell phone trying to figure out like, hey, who's home or whatever. But if I remember correctly, her friend does something really stupid. She decides to go back. So her son is in the back seat with me. I'm looking and I'm like panicking, like, why is she going back in? What's going on? Come to find out, it was her brother. And I forgot where her brother was at in the house. And I guess he didn't hear her calling his name. But yeah, she came back out, and we see him come out too. And he's just like confused, like, what the fuck is going on?
He's like, why are you guys running?
Right. Like, what is going on? My mom, like, when she started backing out, she like positioned her car where her headlights were shining on to the front of the house. So we could see everything to see like exactly if something was to happen.
To see if anybody's moving around.
It was crazy. It was a really crazy time when we just saw Scream. It was funny. And that's one memory I do have from after watching that. And I think that was the first time I saw that movie too, was with all of them.
That's funny. What a way to finish watching a movie.
Yeah, no shit, right? Always will be one of my favorite films, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was because of that movie afterwards, the caller ID sales skyrocketed after that movie, because the killer is calling and you don't have like any kind of way of figuring out like, okay, who the fuck is this? You got to keep in mind that the telephones used in that movie, so old school, right? 90s. There's no caller ID. There's no smartphone. There's dumb phones. So you pick it up and it's like, okay, who the hell is calling me? What's the best way to call back? Star 69, right? But because of that movie, and they even poke fun of it in the sequel, because all of a sudden there's caller IDs now. But I want to say it's because of that film that scared the world to be like, oh my god, what if somebody tries to kill me? We don't know who's calling. Oh, let's get caller ID. Good film. One of my favorites. I love it. I really do. I mean, there's a whole bunch of iconic horror characters out there, as we all know. Michael Myers, Pinhead, Jason, Freddy, again, fat list just goes on. And they have iconic movies as well. We all know them very well. But this one holds a special place in my heart. I do like the film, and I do like the killer in that movie. Overall, the movies are good. And it's kind of hard to rank them, but obviously Scream 1 being my number one out of all those films. But
the OG.
That's the OG. Hey, it is. It's iconic.
I remember it scaring me as a kid. I remember watching a scary movie to get over it.
Scary movie? Oh, the movie that made fun of it.
Yeah. I could see you behind the couch.
I can still see you behind the curtains. Huh? Oh. Ah.
Yeah, damn it. Look away.
Look away. Yeah, the first two films were the only good films in that one.
Oh man. The third movie though, it had some points that still fucking laugh at. There's this one scene where like I'm talking about Scary Movie Not Scream though. The rapper boyfriend, he comes over and he's like talking to the girlfriend and the girlfriend's friend, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll pick you up tonight at whatever, Cindy, see ya." And she like leaves, and then one of the kid like fucking throws like really fucking hard, like the colored pencils like right as soon as he closes the door. And then the teacher's just like, "Man, who the fuck threw that?" It's just so random, but it was just so fucking funny, dude. Man, good times. Good times. Good movies, I gotta say. I like Scream. Ghostface Killer, definitely, iconic now. See him at Party City all the time.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I think even at that time, people wanted to wear that costume. More so even now, I imagine. Maybe. I could be wrong. I mean, there's better.
There were so many variants on it. Remember the like blood one where you have like the little heart pump?
Yep, and the blood was like flowing through the mask.
Yep.
Yeah, the one that glow in the dark.
Metallic devil one too with the little horns too.
Yep. I don't know. I might have to say I'm starting to dig the retro, or not really. I wouldn't call it retro. More like the worn out mask. I'm not sure if you've seen it, where it has cracks in it and everything. It just looks very old and worn out. It looks really cool. I like it, and I think they used it in that last film in Scream 6.
I haven't seen it. I might have to Google that. But yeah. Oh,
all right.
I think it's about time we start wrapping it up.
Yep, that's gonna do it for this episode. So as usual, if you're still interested, and I know it's gonna make you laugh, then be sure to smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you won't miss any of our uploads. You can leave us a comment if there's anything you would like us to talk about in future episodes. But that'll do it.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for making it this far. Take care, y'all. Stay safe.
Stay spooky.
Make sure you lock the door.
I know.
Yeah, don't let your brother leave that door open.
All right, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.